Christians stole the Christmas tree from pagans. That's what you'll hear a lot of people say. But the truth is, no, they didn't. And it's time we talk about it. My name is Blaze, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about thought, theory, and my interpretation about things that I'm interested in. I explore philosophy, belief systems, traditions, cultures, and sometimes the myths we tell ourselves. Today I want to talk about a very specific claim that comes up every single year without fail. That the Christmas tree is a stolen pagan tradition, and that Christians ripped it off, rebranded it, and erased its roots. Now, the claim is popular, especially in modern neo-pagan circles or online meme culture. I get where it comes from, but it's not historically accurate. And in fact, if we really understand where this tradition comes from, we'll realize something a lot deeper. These rituals belong to people, not to specific religions. Let's start with the claim. I've heard people say that ancient pagans, usually the Celts, Druids, or Norse, decorated evergreen trees to honor nature spirits, or that trees were part of solstice celebrations long before Christianity ever existed. Some even say that gifts under the tree represent fruit, like gifts from Mother Earth, or that candles which were placed in the branches are ancient fire offerings. It sounds plausible. It even feels nice to believe, especially if you're part of a modern spiritual revival. But when we actually dig into the history, most of those stories fall apart. So where did the modern Christmas tree come from? Let's go back to Germany in the 1500s. That's where we find the first records of Christians. Yes, I said Christians, bringing trees indoors and decorating them. There's even a legend about Martin Luther, the Protestant reformer who supposedly added candles to the tree to recreate the beauty of stars twinkling through evergreens. Is it true? Maybe, maybe not. But it is an old Christian story. Fast forward a couple hundred years to 1800. Queen Charlotte, the German wife of King George III of England, sets up a fully decorated Christmas tree at Windsor Castle. She's widely credited with introducing the tradition to England, and that's a documented event, not just folklore that people say. Next, we get to Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's German husband, who popularized the tradition in the mid-1800s. The royal family had Christmas trees, and when the newspapers published illustrations of it, the public loved it and adopted it. That's where our modern tradition comes from, a tree indoors decorated and lit up, and all of it in a Christian context. So what about the older pagan customs? Yes, ancient people did revere evergreens. They represented life, fertility, and resilience in the dead of winter. That's true across multiple cultures. But here's the thing. Honoring evergreens is not the same thing as a Christmas tree. There's a difference between having cultural respect for nature and claiming that a very specific tradition, like putting presents under a tree inside your house, came directly from ancient pagan rites. It simply didn't. And here's the deeper point I really want to get across. Even if parts of our winter traditions echo older cultural values, that's not theft, that's evolution, that's syncretism. The first Christians in Germany, Scandinavia, Britain, etc., they were former pagans. They didn't steal their own traditions, they carried them forward, kept what was meaningful, and reshaped it within a new framework. Culture doesn't work like a copyright. It's not owned, it's lived. And when people convert, they bring their lives with them, their trees, their food, their customs. The Christmas tree isn't pagan. It's not really Christian either. It's just human. It belongs to everyone. And like I said, I understand why this myth exists. A lot of people today are trying to reclaim identity, connect with lost traditions, or push back against organized religion, especially Christianity. I get that. But if we want to do that meaningfully, with substance, it has to be grounded in truth, not myth. The real story of the Christmas tree is more interesting, in my opinion, than any meme, story, or myth, because it shows how people adapt, preserve, and reinterpret traditions over time. And that's something I think both Christians and pagans and everyone else can appreciate. Let me close with this. It's okay to value your symbols. It's okay to challenge old narratives. But let's make sure we're not replacing one myth with another just because it fits our agenda. Whether you celebrate some sort of a winter festival or festivities, it could be Christmas, Yule, Hanukkah, winter solstice, Dangze, or none of the above. These days are a reminder of light and darkness, warmth and cold, and community in the deep winter. It's about that family and that community. So maybe we don't actually need to fight over who owns the tree. We all kind of own it. Instead, let's focus on what the main purpose behind the season is, and just enjoy it with people. As always, thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing for more cultural deep dives, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the Christmas tree, its origin, and about people constantly saying that Christians stole it? Always remember to question everything, and stay curious. I'll catch you in the next one.